My name is Gabriela Santos, and I'm 32 years old. At Christmas dinner 2024, my parents handed the keys to a $300,000 BMW to my younger brother Lucas. For me, a package of socks from Target that cost $15. Everyone laughed. My mom said, "At least they're warm." But 20 minutes later, when I placed the house deed on the dinner table, nobody was laughing anymore. Who here has ever been the forgotten one in the family? Drop A and stay until the end to see what happened. What I did that Christmas changed our family forever. And you won't believe the plot twist that's coming. Let me explain how we got to this point. Since I was a child, I was always the responsible one in the family. While Lucas spent money on parties and imported cars, I saved every penny working as an architect. My parents always said, "Gabriela is independent. She can handle herself." I remember when I graduated from architecture school, first in my class, with honors. My parents didn't come to my graduation because Lucas had a soccer game at school. "He needs our support more," my mother said. I received my diploma alone, in the middle of 200 people, looking for familiar faces that never showed up. At 25, I got my first big project, a 20-story building in downtown Sao Paulo. I called excitedly to share the news. My father said, "That's good, daughter. Oh, can you lend $50,000 to Lucas? He wants to open a clothing store." I lent it. Never saw that money again. The store went bankrupt in 6 months. 3 years ago, I had saved $800,000. I wanted to buy my first house. My parents asked me to invest in the family. I bought the house where they live today, a 4,000 square foot mansion in Alphaville. I put it in my name for financing reasons, they said. I pay the property taxes, the maintenance, everything. Guys, who here has ever invested in the family and got screwed? Tell me in the comments. But what happened at Christmas 2024 was the last straw. December 24th, 2024. I arrived at my parents' house at 7 p.m., carrying gifts for the whole family. I had spent over $5,000. A Rolex watch for my father, a Chanel bag for my mother, a PlayStation 5 for Lucas, expensive toys for my nephews. The house was decorated like a movie set. 10-foot Christmas tree, lights everywhere, table set with porcelain dishes. Everything paid with my money, but decorated by their hands. "Let's start with the parents' gifts to the children," said my mother, with that forced smile I knew so well. First was Lucas. My father handed him a small box. Inside, car keys. "Son, you deserve this. Your BMW X6 is in the garage. $300,000 of the best money we've ever spent." Lucas screamed with joy. Everyone clapped. The nephews ran to see the car. For 10 minutes, the whole family was outside, admiring the black, shiny monster parked in the driveway. Then came my turn. My mother handed me a small package, poorly wrapped, with cheap wrapping paper. "For our Gabby, always so practical," she said, smiling. I opened the package in front of everyone. 3 pairs of socks, basic white socks from Target, $15 total. The silence was deafening. Then my sister-in-law let out a giggle. "At least they're warm," said my mother, and the whole family laughed. Lucas was beside me, jingling the BMW keys. "Thank you, Dad. Thank you, Mom. You're the best parents in the world. If you're angry for me, imagine how I was feeling. Drop a if you would do what I did." In that moment, something broke inside me. It wasn't about the value of the gift. It was about 32 years of being treated as a second choice. 32 years being the practical daughter, while Lucas was the prince. But they didn't know who they were messing with. I got up from the table without saying a word. I went to my car, got my document folder that I always carry, architect's habit, and came back to the dining room. The whole family was still there. Lucas showing BMW photos to the cousins. My parents beaming with pride. "Everyone," I said, with a firm voice, "before you continue celebrating, I have a Christmas gift for all of you too. I placed the house deed on the table, right in the middle of the dinner table, between the ham and the stuffing. This is the deed to this house. The house where you live, the house that I bought with my money, the house that's in my name. The smile disappeared from my father's face instantly. Gabriela, what are you doing? My mother asked with a trembling voice. I'm giving you your Christmas gift. Since Lucas got a $300,000 BMW and I got $15 socks, I thought it was fair to show everyone who really supports this family. I took other documents from the folder. Here are the receipts from the last 5 years. I pay the property taxes on this house, $24,000 per year. I pay the HOA fees, $20,800 per month. I pay the electricity, water, gas. I paid for the pool renovation last year, $85,000. I paid for Mom's car. I paid for the family vacation in Cancun. Each document I placed on the table was like a bomb exploding. Lucas had stopped looking at his phone and was staring at me, pale. Who was rooting for me to drop this bomb? Lever deserved it in the comments. And you know what's funny? I continued. This beautiful BMW you gave to Lucas, it was bought with the money left over from the joint account that I fund every month to help the family. My mother tried to speak. Gabriela, it's not like that. No, I screamed for the first time in my life. You're going to listen to me now. 32 years of frustration exploded at once. You want to know why I never got married? Why I never had children? Because I was too busy supporting you. The tears started falling, but they weren't tears of sadness. They were tears of pure rage. When Lucas wanted to study physical education at a private college for $3,000 a month, who paid? Me. When he wanted to travel to Europe for 3 months to find himself, who funded it? Me. When he crashed the car drunk and had to pay $50,000 in damages, who covered it? Me. Each me came out like a gunshot. And when I needed you, when I had to have appendix surgery and was in the hospital for 10 days, who came to visit me? Nobody, because Lucas had an important presentation at the gym. My father tried to defend himself. Daughter, we always loved you equally. 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 I laughed sarcastically. Lucas gets a BMW and I get socks. That's equal love. I took out my phone and opened the calculator. Let's do the math. Since you love math so much, when it's time to ask for money. In the last 5 years, I spent on this family, house, $800,000, property taxes, $120,000, HOA fees, $168,000, renovations, and maintenance, $200,000. Lucas's college, $180,000. Cars, including this BMW, $502,000. Family trips, $150,000. Emergencies and loans, $300,000 total. $3,018,000. $3 million. The family was in absolute silence. My nephews stopped running, feeling the tension, and today, on Christmas, I receive $15 socks, while Lucas gets $800,000 in gifts. Guys, how do you think I was feeling? If your heart is broken for me, drop a... My sister-in-law, Lucas's wife, tried to smooth things over. Gabby, you know the family loves you, right? These numbers don't mean, shut up, Amanda. I exploded. You who live posting on Instagram about how my brother is a perfect husband and good provider. With my money. Amanda turned red. Everyone knew Lucas had never really worked in his life. I took a deep breath and made the announcement that would change everything. You have 30 days to get out of my house. The shock was visible. My mother literally staggered. Gabriela, you can't do this to us. My father shouted. Can I? Of course I can. The house is mine. Look at the document. I waved the deed in front of him, and there's more. Lucas, you're going to return this BMW or pay for it. $800,000, cash or installments. Lucas finally spoke with a trembling voice. "Gabby, have you gone crazy? I don't have that money." "Then get a job. For the first time in your life, you're going to work." My mother started crying. "Daughter, we're a family. You can't destroy everything over a gift." "Over a gift?" "This isn't about the gift," I screamed. "This is about 32 years of disrespect. 32 years being treated like the family ATM." My father tried the emotional card. "Gabriela, we raised you, educated you. You owe us respect." "I owe respect. I already paid all the debt I had to you. With interest. Who here is on my side? If you think I did the right thing, drop and nailed it." At that moment, Lucas finally had the courage to speak. "Gabby, you've always been jealous because I'm the youngest. Mom and Dad protect me more because I need it more." Those words were like a slap in my face. "Jealous? Me jealous?" I laughed hysterically. "Lucas, you're 28 years old and have never paid a bill in your life. Do you think that's normal? I help around the house." He tried to defend himself. Help how? Taking out the trash once a week? Washing your own plate? Amanda joined the argument. "Gabby, you don't understand the pressure Lucas is under." "What pressure?" "The pressure of deciding whether to go to the gym in the morning or afternoon." I decided to tell the whole truth about my brother. "You want to know the real deal about Lucas? He owes $80,000 on credit cards. He gambles online every day. Last month, he borrowed $15,000 from a loan shark because he lost betting on soccer. The family was in shock. Not even my parents knew this." And more. He cheated on Amanda with the gym's personal trainer. 3 times. I know because I paid for the motel. Amanda looked at Lucas with pure hatred. "Is it true, Lucas?" Lucas was speechless, red with shame. "Tell her, little brother. Tell her how you called me crying, asking me not to tell anyone. How you begged me to pay your debts one more time. The family was falling apart in front of me." Amanda started screaming at Lucas. My parents were in shock with the revelations. The nephews started crying with all the shouting. "You want to know why I did this?" I screamed over the noise. "Because I got tired of being the family idiot. Tired of supporting you while you treat me like garbage. Guys, this Lucas is a lost cause. Who here knows a Lucas in the family? Tag him in the comments." Christmas was officially destroyed. The beautiful table, with all the delicious food, was covered with documents and tears. The children were taken to another room by their uncles. My mother tried one last card. "Gabriela, if you do this, you'll be alone forever. We're your only family." "Alone?" I laughed bitterly. "I'm already alone. You were never really with me." I started putting the documents back in the folder. "You have until January 25th to get out of my house. Anyone who wants to talk about this, come to me with a lawyer." I walked toward the door. "Oh, and Lucas, the BMW stays in the garage. You don't have a license for a car like that anyway." "I have a license," he shouted. "Suspended 6 months ago for drunk driving. I paid the lawyer so you wouldn't go to jail, remember?" At the door, I turned to them one last time. "Merry Christmas, family. I hope the socks are really warm, because you're going to need them." I left, slamming the door, from outside. I heard Amanda screaming at Lucas. My parents crying. Total chaos. Who felt satisfaction with that exit? If you would do the same, drop a... In the following days, my phone wouldn't stop ringing. First they called crying, then threatening, then begging. My mother called 20 times a day. "Daughter, you can't do this to us. We're old. We have nowhere to go." Lucas sent 10-minute voice messages on WhatsApp. "Gabby, you're being dramatic. It was just a gift. Come on, relax." My father tried the legal approach. "Gabriela, you can't evict us like this. We have rights." I decided to hire a private investigator to investigate the family's finances. What I discovered shocked me more than I imagined. Lucas didn't just owe $80,000. He owed $300,000 spread across 15 different credit cards. There were loans in my name that I never authorized. My father had used my house as collateral for bank loans without telling me. The investigator showed me the documents. My parents had tried to sell the house 3 times in the last 2 years, always being stopped because my name was on the deed. They tried to rob me, I murmured, looking at the papers. Ma'am, this is fraud. You can sue for embezzlement, the detective told me. Guys, can you believe this? They tried to sell her house. If you're outraged, drop a... With all the evidence in hand, I scheduled a meeting with my lawyer. I wasn't just going to evict them. I was going to seek justice. I filed 3 lawsuits. 1. Eviction for free accommodation. They lived for free in my house. 2. Collection of all debts contracted in my name. 3. Fraud for irregular sale attempt. The lawyer smiled when he saw the documents. Gabriela, they have no way to defend themselves. It's a sure victory. A week before the eviction, Lucas showed up at my house. Alone, humble, crying. Gabby, I need to talk to you. I let him in, but kept my distance. I know I screwed up. I know I've always been an idiot. But you can't destroy the whole family because of me. Lucas, you destroyed me first. I know. But look. He pulled out his phone. I got a job at a logistics company. I'll earn $3,000 a month. I almost laughed in his face. $3,000 to pay $300,000 in debt. Gabby, let me make a proposal. I'll return the BMW. I'll work. I'll pay my debts, little by little. Our parents leave the house, but let them rent a small apartment. Don't destroy everything, please. For a moment, I almost felt sorry for him. But then I remembered the $15 socks. Lucas, you had 28 years to mature. Now it's too late. Do you think I should give him a chance? Vote yes or no in the comments. January 25th, 2025. Eviction day. I arrived at my house at 8 a.m. with the bailiff and 2 moving trucks that I hired. I didn't want them to say I was cruel. My parents were at the door with 2 small suitcases. Lucas was loading boxes into an Uber. Amanda had left home and filed for divorce, discovered more affairs. Gabriela, my mother tried one last time. Are you sure you want to do this? I looked at her, at my father, at Lucas. For a second, I thought about going back. But then I remembered all the times I felt invisible in that family. All the times my feelings were ignored. All the times I was treated like an ATM. I'm absolutely sure. The trucks took the furniture to a 2-bedroom apartment that I rented for them in Karapiquiba. Far away, basic, but decent. Lucas had to return the BMW. He was really working, earning $3,000 a month. It would take 8 years to pay the debts, but at least he was trying. My parents were learning what it was like to pay an electricity bill. 6 months later, my life completely changed. Without the financial burden of the family, I managed to expand my office. I hired 5 employees. I started traveling the world. And for the first time in 32 years, I felt free. Who here is proud of me? If this story inspired you, drop a "You're strong" in the comments. Today, a year later, I have a different relationship with my family. Not better, not worse. Different. Lucas still calls me every month to report on the debts he's paying. My parents send good morning messages on WhatsApp, but don't ask for money anymore. The biggest lesson I learned: love can't be bought, and respect can't be begged for. For years, I believed that if I gave everything to my family, they would love me more. But they only loved me for what I could give, not for who I was. Today, I know the difference. For all of you who are watching and identified with my story, you are not your family's ATMs. You don't exist to support people who don't respect you. Sometimes, the greatest act of self-love is saying no. If this story touched your heart, share it with someone who needs to hear this. And tell me in the comments, what was the worst injustice your family ever did to you? I read all comments and respond personally. If you want more stories of overcoming like this, subscribe to the channel and hit the bell. Because here we tell the truth, no filter. Your value isn't measured by what you give, but by the respect you demand.